Champions otra vez. Let's heat it up. Somos los fighters, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Party party war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Cuando apunta no falla, en el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia, te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Morde el argentino, entra fuerte sin miedo, domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador, cae con fuego en la zona. Cuando suelta el loadout, todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke, we don't fall, fire ants, always stand tall. Latinos representando, los campeones regresando. Somos los fighters, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Representative 40 war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morden argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador. Meeting on fire, campeones por honor. Fire hands on the map, let's go. Drop in the zone, we control the fight. Fire hands pull up, it's GG on sight. Precision, aggression, we push every lane. Defending the title again and again. USC, Sumter, yeah, we built to compete. Latino energy, we don't taste defeat. Turn up the volume, make me feel that bass. Cause fire ants running the whole damn space. Champions, let's run it back. USC, Sumter Fire Ants, Latino Squad in the lobby. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador, Champions otra vez. Let's heat it up. Somos los fighters, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Party party war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Cuando apunta no falla, en el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia, te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Morde el argentino, entra fuerte sin miedo, domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador, cae con fuego en la zona. Cuando suelta el loadout, todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke, we don't fall, fire ants, always stand tall. Latinos representando, los campeones regresando. Somos los fighters, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Representative 40 war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morden argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador. Meeting on fire, campeones por honor. Fire hands on the map, let's go. Drop in the zone, we control the fight. Fire hands pull up, it's GG on sight. Precision, aggression, we push every lane. Defending the title again and again. USC, Sumter, yeah, we built to compete. Latino energy, we don't taste defeat. Turn up the volume, make me feel that bass. Cause fire ants running the whole damn space. Champions, let's run it back. USC, Sumter Fire Ants, Latino squad in the lobby. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador. Champions otra vez. Let's heat it up. Somos los fighters, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Party war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Cuando punta no falla, en el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia, te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Morder argentino, entra fuerte sin miedo, domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador, cae con fuego en la zona. Cuando suelta el loadout, todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke.
And we are live from the Anthill. Coach Chris here with you. USC Sumter National Championship opportunity here, going up against Brookdale Community College. Got a big one here for the Fire Ants, trying to go back-to-back here on the NJCAAE seasons, both fall and spring, getting a national championship. And actually, coming from last spring, Fire Ants maybe have an opportunity to pull out a three-peat here, going up against Brookdale, team we're familiar with, team we did beat twice during the regular season, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. They can potentially surprise us and shock us. We did lose a map to them one time during the season, so we do have that to be concerned about. So got to play our best. Got to close it out. Brookdale and USC Sumter coming from the East region here as well. And just sorry, I got a message and I had to answer that, and I kind of forgot where I was talking. But yes, we will have the Fire Ants going up against Brookdale here, and it's going to be a good matchup for him. Going to be a good matchup for us. Again, it is our third time playing them, so third time could be the charm for Brookdale, but hopefully it stays the charm for us, and we continue to do well here in general. Getting the code and going to go ahead and join match. This is going to be the typical best of 5 that you see, and we are jumping in right now. And gonna get ready for map number 1. Let me see if I get map counts here so that people know what's going on. So looks like, let's see if they put all the maps down. It looks like it's gonna be Den, Hardpoint, Fringe on Search and Destroy, then Den on Overload, and if needed, you got Scar on Hardpoint and Den on that last Search and Destroy. Don't like that Scar Hardpoint. Scar Hardpoint, I hate Scar. Don't like that map at all, but we'll see how that ultimately breaks down there. Got to get everybody in either their side. There we go. We got the CoD casters there, so looks like both teams are going to be ready to go. And looks like we got to follow thank you for that. We appreciate everybody that is here and watching. Galavandro, thank you for that follow. Anybody else that might follow here and watch us, again, we appreciate that. Looks like we got a raid coming in. 28 people followed over, so that is good to have. And thank you and welcome everybody here. Getting ready to kick off map number 1 on Hardpoint. And it is going to be Den first. Again, Fire Ants trying to close out their season for 4v4 with a national championship. Getting back to the national championship, going up against a familiar foe. The East was the heavier side. And Brookdale and the Fire Ants coming out as the 1 and 2 seed in the national. Brookdale handling their side of the bracket and Fire Ants handling their side of the bracket. And both of them meet right here. I think Brookdale may have only lost to the Fire Ants, so their only losses coming once during the regular season and once in the Super Regional. Obviously, Fire Ants hope to make it a third time here, but got to play the game first. I feel like we're favored, especially after having beat them before, but again, got to figure out how to make it work. Got some different maps that we're maybe not used to. Not as many scrims going out right now for all the teams, I would imagine, because so many of the leagues have already stopped all of their play. So there's a lot of different things on the line, I guess. You know, are players ready to go? These new maps just kind of came out in the pool. Players haven't gotten as many reps. The guys definitely haven't gotten as many reps with each other as normal. So trying to see what we might see overall here is kind of hard to say overall from everybody in the specific match. And there's the countdown. I think we got her ready or go. So we are headed in. Den Hardpoint. Here we go. Excited to see this, but again, not all the players have gotten a lot of reps, so don't know exactly what we're going to see, but hopefully we'll be seeing a lot. I guess we had settings wrong or something. Backing out, resetting that. So typical CoD type things. And we will be kicking this off pretty quickly here. Sorry for the delays, everybody watching on stream. And just waiting on that to get going. Again, Fire Ants trying to close out their season for 4v4 with a national champion. And sorry, got that background there of the stream going, just double checking those settings to make sure everything was good. And it looks like we will be ready to go here pretty quickly. And the map is loading in. And sorry, I was trying to change something in the settings real quick. But I'll change that as we go into the other rounds. Looks like Antonio gets a kill here to begin with, and Maddie getting a couple, but point is not taken by anybody yet, but now Brookdale does jump on that. Again, Fire Ants on the left in Alpha. And Bravo is going to be Brookdale. First couple seconds going out to them. Going to try to do a break there. Santi's nade gets a TK, but also gets one down there. So Fire Ants got a chance to maybe take these last 20 seconds. Going to see Santi fight up top. Does get it. The rotation's on for P2. Who could get there first? Brookdale does have the setup. Fire Ants going to try to make their way there. It does look like they're pushing the spawns here. Gonna see Mortar try to get this guy in the back. Doesn't see him. Sees him at the last second. Gonna have Santi go try to clean that up while Maddie is playing on point. Maddie's got two coming from different directions. Slides out. Doesn't get the kill there. Mortar up there loses his fight. And a good break from Brookdale there. But Antonio trying to keep these spawns here. Get this together and does find the one in the back, so does have the spawn. Spawn's a little mixy in the moment, but Brookdale's holding strong here. His first hill order, not checking his angle, goes down, and right now Fire Ants looking like they're struggling a little bit on this first set of rotations so far. Still 19 seconds. See if they try to make one more push here to pick up garbage time. They are set up for the new rotate, but a lot of P1 going to Brookdale, up by about 30. So Fire Ants need to pick it up. Sometimes their first set of rotations are a little sluggish. So we're going to see. They are first on to the point. Mortar goes down. Don't like to see that. Usually you see him win one of those fights. And Santi in the back. Going to get two. That's three down. As you saw, Maddie got two on the kill feed as well. So Fire Ants doing well to hold this point number 3. Santi knows a couple are there. Not able to really jump out. Does jump out. Plays his life a little bit, but has to back off. Mortar trying to play his life. Mortar seems like he's struggling a little bit here at the beginning. Finding some of his shots. Maddie's still on point here, though. Holding it down. Does see one. But I think Mortar plays that well. Antonio trying to anchor here in the back. Don't think he saw him. He did see Envy. Envy gets the kill. Mortar looking for him. Doesn't see him. Now knows where he is. Can he win that fight? He doesn't. Envy gets 2. Yikes. Kind of scary for the Fire Ants there, for sure. Looks like we got a lot more viewers in the chat. Thanks for being here. Fire Ants got a break on this point so far. Not looking all that great at the moment on these first set of rotations. Gotta close that down. Maddie going down. Braden getting him. Fire Ants got their work cut out for him. Brookdale not making it easy for him. Ooh. Got the coverage there that you wanted. Not able to close it down. Just Fire Ants trickling in. They've got to break together here. Seems like every time they've got one covered, they don't quite have the rest. Multiple players coming out there. Looks like Fire Ants almost broke that, but not able to get it fully. They're not going to break this. Got to get ready for P1 again, and didn't get much off of P1 in the first go. So got to do better here. We need Mortar to warm up. 7 and 13 is not his normal. So the AR's doing AR things. Kind of just need Mortar to get going. Not his fault, but definitely want to see him get through. Maybe these first sets got him enough to get warm. Fire Ants still down by about 30. Test coming in. Fire Ants again, kind of trickling here. Santi going down, getting one. A lot of back and forth. Trades have tended to go more in the favor. There's a huge play by Mortar there. More into the favor of Brookdale here. So Fire Ants got to do some work. And Mortar not expecting that other one to be there. Fire Ants going to get up this last little bit of time. Brookdale trading it out for the spawns on the other. Maddie going to try to rotate through here. Sees one, sees two. Can he find a third? But can he hold the spawns? He does find a third. And spawns are flipped. And there we go. Fire Ants best break so far on 2. Can they hold it now, though, is the question. Nice grenade from Maddie, but doesn't go off enough or quick enough. Sorry, I had to cough there. Mortar playing well there. Maddie, Santi getting 2. So Fire Ants definitely better on this second set of rotations so far. Mortar getting 2 kills, or getting a kill there. Maddie coming up behind. Fire Ants holding better here. Yes, that's 4. Mortar getting ready for the next point. P3 here. He knows one's nearby. Ooh, I thought he got Pino there, but did not. Maddie getting mid. Santi knows one's there. Grenade may catch him, but did not. And Mortar's catching some people on the turnaround. That's a good grenade, but kind of threw himself out there too much with his life. Fire Ants do take the lead off of a good P1 and P2. What can they do to break this, though? Gotta work together. Maddie gonna go through the middle. Get this nice flank here from Maddie. But can somebody capitalize in the middle? Seeing Antonio there does get the kill. And Fire Ants going to pick up this last little bit of time. Got to try to make their way around. It looks like one player's kind of on the flank with Mortar here. Mortar doesn't know. Going to get shot in the back. Unfortunate there. And gosh, this hill's going to be tough to break. Fire Ants basically gave away the whole hill last time. So Maddie's going to need to play his life here momentarily. It's going to be tough. Ah, he almost got him, but did get killed in the back there. And they do get Fino, but they know they've got him outside the back, and Antonio takes his mark off of the trophies for a second. Fire Ants contesting, but Brookdale holding this one so well right now. It's just not it for the Fire Ants. They've got to come from spawn side all the way, but they've got to try to break here. Maybe another one. Mortar finds one. They are sliding out. Can the Fire Ants get them on the slide out? The spawns are still going to be in their favor. And they're always challenging 2 or so there. But Fire Ants keep the lead if they can contest. But maybe, yep, they do keep lead for a moment. So they've got their work cut out for them. Again, Brookdale's not taking it easy on them. Again, looking like they need more reps together. It's hard to get reps this time of the year as things go down. And Mortar playing his life here. Gonna find a kill. Fire Ants not set up for the switch, but they did gain some time there. And gonna be breaking. Gotta get those spawns too once they do. And gonna see Mortar jump down. He's gonna push out the spawns. Fire Ants could potentially win here if they get all this time, but I expect Brookdale to not let them have it. Still working in the Fire Ants' favor. Brookdale's got some work to do. Test is on. I'll tell you what, Brookdale's won all of P4s. Fire Ants getting the better of the P2s. And Maddie goes down. Antonio trying to wallbang there. Does find one, but last couple seconds gonna go here. Fire Ants gonna rotate out potentially. Still got Santi fighting, and here we go with the rotation. And so far, in favor of Brookdale here. They've had some strong holds on P3 too. Fire ants can't trickle here. Gotta be careful. Maddie's gonna pressure from the middle. Mortar gets one, but he's getting shot in the back. Doesn't expect that challenge, and Fire ants do finally get on the point. 25 seconds left for them. And Santi gonna push through. Can he find two? He does. He gets shot in the back, but that's a big hold from the Fire ants. What can they do here? Can Maddie find another? They do. And that's 4 down. This could be it for the Fire ants. Can they get these last seconds? Does look like there's going to be no contest, and the Fire ants close it out. 250 to 201, I believe, is what I saw. And map 1 goes to the Fire ants there. You saw the final plays going out and how the score was overall. I think we're going to swap hosts here to Brookdale. Yeah, so we may take a quick break while they swap hosts, swap maps, and then we will jump right back in. Might also have Coach Pally with us on the stream, so I'm not sure if the stream is ready to go or if we're swapping or whatever. But we'll be right back in 1 second, and Fire ants are up 1-0 in the series. Much closer than we like to see it. Actually, wait, no. It's ticking down. So we are starting. Looks like just keeping host and going in. Search and destroy on Fringe. I don't know a lot about Fringe. I've seen it played a little bit, but I haven't seen much on our stream. But here we go. Fire ants are here, ready to go. This is one of those maps that are modes that definitely Brookdale can take on us. They've taken it before in Search and Destroy. And Fire ants one step closer to winning the Natty, but Brookdale bringing it all in map number 1 there. And here we go, Fire ants on attack first. Mortar gonna try to snipe here, looking for one. This isn't my favorite map. Looks like we're draw. Maybe some settings were wrong, so gonna double check that and restart. Either that or they realized they were supposed to host and re-swapped, but I'm not sure. So let me see if I can get some intel. Oh, they needed a second to get ready. We started a little too quick, so. Yeah, as soon as the other team's ready, we will be back in the map. So we'll take a quick break. Let me drink some water so I can stop coughing on stream and go from there. So thanks for everybody watching. We'll be right back. And we're back, lobby getting set up, and as I mentioned before, we might have Coach Pally with us, and Coach Pally is here for map number 2. How's it going tonight for you?
It's good. It's good. I'm sorry I'm late. I did get to watch that first map, so I'm ready for an interesting matchup here.
I hear you. Well, why don't you tell everybody what your thoughts are on this? I've kind of given them a little bit of background about what to expect just overall with us having, some experience with these guys. But I did mention that they did take a search and destroy map on us this season. So, and that hardpoint was much closer than one would expect. Based on, I mean, honestly, it was 160 to 200 something at one point, but they brought it all the way back to the 250 to 201, so it was close. So shout out to Brookdale. They've been putting in some work, and we look like we need some reps. But anyway, what are your thoughts with everything going so far and then going into this search? And what do you think about this map? It's going to be Fringe.
The Fringe will be interesting to see. Obviously, there's that's a new map in the rotation now, so we're not really sure how it's going to go. I saw it a couple times in the CCL playoffs this weekend. On stream, and it looked pretty cool to watch. But look, Brookdale is here for revenge. You can clearly see it in map 1. They are not coming to play. They're coming to play. They're not coming to joke around, I should say. We've had their number. I've said this on the last time we played them, I think, in the regionals. So they want to get that elephant off their back, essentially, and beat the Fire Ants. I think we beat them the last 4 times, but they have taken a search from us this season. They play us tough always, and you can clearly see in map 1, they're ready to fight and win this national title. So search and destroy, it's going to be interesting. I think both teams don't have many reps, but it is a map and mode. It is a mode that Brookdale can very well take from us. So. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Looks like looks like we might be having a tech difficulty on Brookdale's side, so they're trying to work on that at the moment too. I don't know, did we lose their codcaster? I think we did, so it might be one of their folks trying to reset. But yeah, I mean, what'd you think about CCL yesterday or over the weekend?
Very interesting. I'm happy. Shout out to St. Clair finally getting that championship they've been chasing forever.
Yeah,
Look, I've been in
sure.
CCL. I think
GG's
since
for
it
them.
was. I don't know, man. At this point, where was it? Like just before Cold War, MW2. I think it was when I first got into the CCL. And St. Clair's been in the CCL every year since then, and they were a team that back then was top 32. Then they would improve top 24s every year. They would improve, and in the last few years, ever since they got some of these guys from Latin America as well, they've got 3 on their roster from Latin America, and then Seawads, who's very good in his own right. So to finally get over that hump was good to see. They had probably, I think I tweeted it too, that's probably one of the most dominant seasons I've ever seen in the CCL historically. Yes, other teams have gone undefeated. Yes, other teams have probably even gone undefeated map count wise, but the talent pool is so much different in the CCL now. There's a whole lot of talented teams, and the way they just dominated these teams like Fisher multiple times for Fisher, Oklahoma Christian, and some of these other teams that came to play. Wichita State was incredibly improved ever since regionals, as well as Nuosu. They didn't have the best to land weekend, but they definitely, surprised some folks in the regionals. But given the talent pool, they were so dominant. So it was awesome to see. Korn and Cash did very well on the casting side of things. So it was cool to see. I know they had like a co-stream with College Halo. I didn't get to catch any of the Halo stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see that. It seemed like it took forever though. I don't know how that.
Yeah, I don't know how the
because I think I saw it like midnight. They were still going, had matches to play. I was like, holy! But I didn't know what time zone they were in or whatever. So
Yeah, it was definitely weird. I'm not sure what happened, but Fisher won that one, so shout out to them for College Halo. That was the first time they have combined now for a LAN. And I don't know if you caught it, but Jay Prosper was one of the heads in the CCL and head of production as well. Announced some of the information for CCL next year already, and they did shout us out. Did you catch that?
I did not.
Yeah, so they were mentioning the format for next year. It looks like in September and October this year they are going to look to have the Warzone League yet again. So they shouted us out for winning the one last year, and said, "Hey, look, are they going to come back for a repeat? We'd like to see." So their goal is to increase the Warzone League and get better production for that as well. So that's going to be exciting. Hopefully, we'll see the Fire Ants in there to defend their championship. And then just the normal stuff. So there is going to be another LAN next year, culminating in that. Maybe the Fire Ants will find themselves up there, and we'll get to see them live and in person. That would be cool. But yeah, I mean, overall CCL playoffs was very good, man. We had the best teams of the best teams up there. It was great competition. I was surprised at some of the score lines, but it was good to see. I think Oklahoma Christian, unfortunately, had to play without Cruz, which was a major player in their roster. I want to say he probably had something to do with Challengers Elite, so I'm not sure if that's where he ended up and why he wasn't playing. But
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm sure that definitely took a hit for them and didn't help them. I think Fisher may have had. No, I think they played with the regular roster. I was going to say maybe they had one person in the elite.
Yeah,
as well, but
honestly, I think I caught like 2 games and only a little bit of each. I think one was Mars Hill and St. Clair, and then I can't remember who the other one was. It felt like every time I turned it on, Mars Hill was playing. So, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I knew from there. And then I knew St. Clair won. Somebody told me today. Honestly, I forgot to look. Yesterday evening. So, but yeah, I mean, GG's to them. They've always been a powerhouse, and they've been right there on the cusp every year. It seems like, and
every year.
glad they were able to
Yeah.
get it. It's unfortunate to hear Oklahoma couldn't play with their full squad because the player had to do challengers. I don't know how that works, or if a lead is, I mean, I know challengers. I know how it works, but just meaning, not able to do one over the other.
I think it's just a matter of the thing being at the same time, like the schedules just being around the same weekend. Elite being the, kind of the culmination of challengers, I would say. Like the championship of its own right. But yeah, I mean, St. Clair, same roster, finished 4th last year, so good to see them. Like I said, get over that hump. Let's see, 20. We got some of this while we got some tech issues and got some time. St. Clair finished top 6 in 2023. They finished top 8 in 2022. So every year, like I said, I've watched them throughout this whole time. Every year they would just get that little bit closer. They'd get that one placement above. So I know that program is very excited. I think their academy team, I saw somewhere their academy team also won their first national championship in a different league. I can't remember if that was a NACE league, PCL, something like that. But they won a championship. So excellent weekend for the St. Clair program. So shout out, like I said, to them. It's cool to see a program that's been in a certain league year after year after year and actually watching them grow up. If that makes sense, it's actually pretty cool. From a fan standpoint of the CCL and collegiate Call of Duty. So
I mean,
and that's kind of similar to what we're seeing with us, right? I mean, this is a Fire Ant squad that before I even started working here, obviously I've been involved in the league, right? But the Fire Ants were relatively unknown in the CCL, and it's finishing top 30 last year, top 24 this year. So I'm we're on the way up as well. So that's kind of cool to see, and I hope we have St. Clair results in the near future. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you overall. It's definitely one of those things where you you see the growth all the way around. I think the only thing that that CCL's kind of missing right now is just like, and again, I don't know, I didn't watch it the whole day, so I don't really know, but their lands always seem to go like super long. And I mean, I know what it is to run a land and how that can work, and I mean, you can get bumped off of time wise um, all the time, but like, uh, it's just one of those things that cleaner or shorter lands, I guess, could maybe be there. I'm not saying shorter like the amount of matches, just like if there's a lot of dead time. And I don't know if that's tech difficulties. I don't know if just players need a break or the casters need breaks, all that stuff. And it may just be built into time, and that's how it is. But I was real surprised to see that it had been going all day Saturday, and at like midnight East time, it was still going. I was like, wow, that's a long day. Even the guys sitting on the couch looked tired. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was like what happened with this day?
yeah,
But
for
I
sure.
mean, I
No,
will say too, though, at least the league's doing lands and all that. There's not a ton that pull the lands off, so um, I do like to see that too. Also saw it seemed like at the same time PCL was doing their grand finals, and I think it was like Akron and Jackson State or somebody, Arkansas
yeah,
State or
yeah. So
something.
that was weird too. I saw that.
And that was a land too, I think. So
That was a LAN, and I think there was a team that wasn't able to go. I think that was actually Halo that I'm thinking of. But when I looked at it, it was Iowa State over Akron, and Akron, excuse me, Iowa State is the one that won that national championship. But the four teams that made that one, I don't know who was in this league, bro. To be honest with you, Iowa State, Morris Brown College, Sam Houston State, and Akron were your final four that made it to LAN. So I'm not
we'll
sure
see.
what
I'm
that
thinking
was.
because it seemed like it directly conflict with CCL. It seems like the big teams stayed out of PCL
That's very possible. Yeah.
in the spring, but played it in the fall. Because I know a lot of the teams were playing it in the fall, but I don't
Yeah,
know,
that
man.
makes a lot of sense actually.
It was almost like, man, if we had like second team ready for that level, it would have been cool to play
Yeah,
them in PCL while another team's in CCL in the spring. So,
for sure, for sure. Yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, no,
because
shout out to Iowa State.
I was kind of like, man, I would have liked to try to be in that bracket for the Final Four. That would have been cool out of land.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We'll get there for sure. We're definitely on the right track. Um, and year after year, growth is definitely all we can ask for at the minimum. Um, but yeah, no, shout out Iowa State. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's their first national championship in their history in Call of Duty in any league. Um, Shout out to Akron and player Bio. Bio, I think, is done with his collegiate career. He's been on Akron for the last three or 4 years now. We've seen him in the league and came in as a freshman in the collegiate scene and made noise immediately and has pretty much led the Akron squad year after year. But
Whoa.
it's
Sorry, I
just
didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're good.
I was just gonna say, I will say that's kind of the one thing we're missing, is getting opportunities to go to some of those lands, and go from there. I mean, we had an opportunity to try to make land with CCL this year. Disappointingly, we didn't make top eight, but definitely had our opportunity to do so. I don't think we played our best for sure, in the end. But either way, uh, we we are, on a path to where, for certain teams looking into some of these leagues to see who's got that, land opportunity, because those would be really cool to go to. Just a good experience would be good for the program
Oh, for
as a
sure,
whole. Because I
for
mean, you
sure.
can tell students that they've got an opportunity to go play at a land and stuff. That's kind of a big deal. A lot of students would like to do that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm often in recruiting talks, and I think I was having a conversation. I think it was a Valorant player or a Marvel Rivals. I want to say Valorant, but he asked the same question. That was one of his first questions he asked me: is do we attend lands? And it's not that we don't because we choose to or choose not to, but it's just the NJCAA just doesn't have Too many
Yeah, they don't do
opportunities for that.
lands
I'd
yet.
like to
And
see it.
some of the tournaments we've been in don't have lands, but yeah, we'll get there hopefully. But I mean, heck, talking about like Oklahoma Christian and what happened with them, had we made the land, we got 2 players that are gearing up for Warzone, you know, in the what's it called, the qualifiers for ECW
Resurgence, yeah.
back home in South America. So they might have been not available had we even been there. So it's kind of weird how that played out, but hopefully they would have gone to the land. But it's definitely an interesting way that it all goes down. I don't remember though. Did all teams that make the land get a prize pool?
I want to say all. I want to say top 6, not
Okay.
all 8. I feel like that, but I could be wrong.
Right.
Let me check. Let me check into that actually, because that's a good question. But to my knowledge, at least last year, I feel like that was not the case. So I can't check into it now. That's not listed here. But yeah, no, I think regardless, I mean, for the kids' sake as well, and just having that experience to play on land in the collegiate career is pretty cool. But I know Mars Hill was disappointed with their showing this weekend as well. They've kind of been right around that top 4 always, top 6 type of thing. So I know they stay relatively consistent versus kind of improving, I should say. Not like a St. Clair climb. They've always been in that top 6 vicinity, but unfortunately they had not the greatest weekend of play. I would say shout out to AG. I mean, a couple of times throughout the season, I have personally called him kind of the weak link, I guess you could say. Like it was their 4th. But he played amazing this weekend, so shout out to him for really showing out on land. But unfortunately for the team as a whole, probably didn't get what they wanted. So shout out Texas State, first time for them getting to the land. That was really cool as well. And I think here, aside from CCL, here in the NJCAA, we are looking for back to back here this game, correct? This would send us.
Yeah,
back
that's
to
what I
back.
was saying earlier. I was like, I'm pretty positive this is a 3-peat opportunity.
Yeah, this will be
which,
3-peat for sure.
Not a lot of teams get to do. And I mean, it's only a matter of time probably before somebody comes in and challenges, us to push us out of that top. Not to mention, we're not going to have these players forever either. So it's going to fall to somebody else at some point. So making sure we win it if we can is definitely going to be the goal. So looks like Brookdale started. It looks like somebody's coming in as CODcaster, I think. Hopefully it doesn't throw them off. They are there. I don't know if they can actually change to CODcaster from there, so we got to reset. So they started a little fast before their CODcaster got back in, but I think we're ready to go now. We're going to swap those roles and then get in, and hopefully we just steamroll here and not steamroll as far as steamroll Brookdale, which, I mean, obviously I want to win, but I meant more steamroll through the maps now and not have to worry about delays in between. So, like I said, yep, the CODcaster swapped, and now we are going in. And what do you think we're going to see here? It's Fringe. I got no idea how to see it. I don't really like the map. I did watch some play on this with CCL.
Yeah, it seemed like the teams actually prefer this map.
Yeah, it seemed like it was starting to get picked. Yeah, I don't know how I like it. It's too early for me to necessarily say. I don't know who's got what sides right now, but looks like we might be taking attack.
I mean, I don't know what to expect, to be honest, because Brookdale always plays us very close in search and destroy. So
yeah, and this is a map we've never played.
Like I feel like it's going to be a 6-4 match. I don't know who's going to win, but 6-4 is what I expect the score to be.
Gotcha. We don't know necessarily what the... Oh my! Antonio looked like he was delayed a little bit on that, but finds
I was
two.
just gonna say.
Woo. Maybe that was just us on the delay, but man, that was close. Antonio's got another one in front of him. Doesn't get the kill. Oh, Maddie finds 2. And Fire Ants made it quickly 2v4. And Fire Ants able to close that out after the plant.
You know, maybe I'm basing the 6-4 prediction off the fact that it's just Brookdale, but maybe the lack of experience for them on this map. You know, I don't know how many reps they've had. I know we haven't had much, but sometimes, you know, these guys play a lot of scrims or practices themselves or play ranked on the side. Probably know a little bit more or watch the CCL. Who knows? But I don't know. This might be well in the Fire Ants' favor. Who knows? KB had some nasty snipes on this map, so I'd love to see a
Yeah, I was watching that. I think I was watching Mars and KB, or Mars and St. Clair. So KB was sniping. You were right.
Yeah,
he had some
nasty
stuff.
snaps on it.
Honestly, some of the snaps that they were having just in general, not just sniping, but regular guns, was kind of crazy. And as we're talking, it's 2v2 here. They pretty much know where the players are. I like the grenade coming out from Maddie. Gonna force that player to do something. Flank coming in from Antonio. And he didn't see him. Oh, my.
Oh.
And Maddie's got to try to close it out. He does.
All right.
He did get shots in, so made it easier for Maddie. I do believe it is an old map.
Yeah, because I feel like I played this in regular pubs. Now that I like truly look at the map, that train part on the right looks very familiar.
Yeah, and that's why I think a lot of people are like cool with playing it. But I mean, we haven't seen, when I was mentioning Fringe, we haven't seen it in this yet. Players haven't played it yet, outside of maybe ranked or some warm-ups. But
yeah, so maybe this does go in favor of the Fire Ants heavily. It won't be a 6-4 match because it is an old map, so I can guarantee they played this.
I don't think it was in the last game. I think it might have been the game
No,
before that.
2 games ago, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about as we go through here? A little bit slower push from the Fire Ants. Looks like Mortar saw one.
Oh, snap! He got it.
You like to see it. Mortar's gonna keep checking, but I don't think anybody else is gonna test his window. But what do you think about the potential leaks for MW4? You think that's legit?
You know, if I'm being honest, I haven't seen anything about it, to be honest. But if it's MW4, it kind of doesn't surprise me. But I've honestly read nothing about it. What's the word?
I just saw some stuff that they leaked about potentially what the gameplay is gonna be like, as far as like.
Why was it? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Maddie looked delayed, like we saw with Mayhem.
I saw the same thing. Yeah. And maybe I need to focus more on this. That's gonna bring Fire Ants 1 to 4, and Antonio's got to check that bomb. And he does. Gets away. I don't think he expected him to challenge him as fast, but they almost ran out of time.
Almost.
They're just barely going to make it. Had he challenged him for just a couple more seconds. But either way, I think had he killed one there, they might have had enough time, not enough time to get it. But Fire Ants go down there. As we were talking, kind of just running our mouths, Fire Ants went down into a deficit quickly. But it was just talking about some things with the gameplay, as far as like, you know, like slide canceling and movement and stuff like that. It's not a lot of information, but it was a little bit. I don't know if it's real though, but I saw it last week.
Yeah. No, I could see that being the next iteration, to be honest. You know, we've had a BO6 and BO7. Typically they flip-flop, you know what I mean? Like they usually go the Black Ops series, then the Modern Warfare series, and so on. But Envy gets the snap this time, and not Mortar. From a fan perspective, you'd love to see it. Not us here as casters for the Fire Ants. When we are on the opposite side of it.
Cannot find his footing yet. He's 0-4 right now.
You know, and he has a couple of those games every once in a while, but very unlike him. He's had an amazing season in this game, I'll tell you that, though.
Yeah, B plant going down 2v3 here. Maddie looking, not checking there. Oh my, Antonio saves him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because maybe our view is really off, because Maddie was like to the left of him. I was like, did he really get that kill? He didn't even hit him.
Yeah, Maddie finds one while I look away. Could try to stick the defuse here. Just defusing. Oh, a little bit unconventional, but we'll take it. Fire Ants did well to win post-plant there. They were at a 3-2 disadvantage, but Maddie and Antonio closing that down. Yeah, I do remember this map pretty vividly with the trains and all that stuff. I thought when I was watching it, you know, the past few times I've seen it, I was like, this map seems familiar, but I'm glad you brought that back up because I was feeling kind of deja vu before when I saw it.
Yeah, the search and destroys when they took out like smokes and snipes for a couple of the years, a couple of the games, it was like, you know, because there were so many cool moments with like smoke walls, kind of like you would see in Counter-Strike if anyone watches Counter-Strike.
Oh, Antonio missing both of his grenades there. They do find one, two, actually. We're gonna try to push through, gonna play this grenade. Oh, nice,
he
almost
played
good
that
slide
perfectly.
in there.
Yeah.
They do find the last. I thought he had mortar played with that slide in, but he just didn't fire.
Yeah, 4-1 in favor of your Fire Ants here. And Santi still, though, has not found his first kill. Mayhems or Antonio on a 4 streak now at 9-2, carrying the squad. Has the equal amount of kills that Mortar and Mati do together. So
Yeah, let's see
hopefully we'll see Santi get a couple.
Yeah, let's see what Santi finds this time. Maybe a slow flank, lurking flank would be pretty cool. The fight's going down. We're trying to stay with Santi to see what he's been seeing. 3 for Maddie. He's gonna be mad that I didn't see that. Oh man, he's gonna call me a bad caster again, but I do apologize there. We kind of wanted to see what Santi was struggling with so far. He does get on the board, but Maddie having that 3, unfortunate there. Just for that, I'm gonna ride with Maddie this time. Because again, like you mentioned, our normal AR players who are playing the subs, well, no, Antonio's been using AR. Maddie's been using the sub this time around.
Yeah, Maddie now at 8-3, catching up with Antonio there. Envy gets a first blood nade. Santi does as good a trade though, so we come off of Santi and he gets his second kill of the game.
I was trying to turn to Santi in that fight, but I hit the wrong button.
A little slow push right now. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. Looks like the rotation is going to be on towards A for the Fire Ants now. And Brookdale might catch very bad timing as they start rotating to B. So this is going to be an open plant. They were set up on A perfectly, though. And they have a late – they caught it late now trying to get back to A. But I think we've got enough of a setup to get this plant down safely. Oh, my God. CoD timing at its worst for Brookdale. But Portofino does get mortar, so it is going to be a 3v2. Bomb does go down. Nade comes out. Maddie gets one.
Oh.
And he gets traded out 2v1 situation for Santi the man, who had just gotten his first 2 kills here in the last couple rounds.
They're trying to
one
stick
in
it.
this one. They're going to stick it.
He doesn't have enough
Santi
time.
it?
No! Oh!
They line up for him.
Oh!
They line up.
No way, right? It was
Oh
like
my
right
goodness.
there on the sliver. No shot. No shot it wasn't capped. We got it. I don't know how we didn't get it. Braden had it. And man, just good timing for Santi there. Epic timing, closing it out.
Epic timing for him. Epic timing to get his clutch kills.
Holy.
And there is your second map before the Fire Ants to go up 2-0 in the series. So shout out to them. And look, when it comes to search and destroy to bomb placement, I don't know if many viewers actually catch on to that. It's not just planting the bomb. There's a position on that, players have a position in a place they like to put that bomb site, that bomb, because when they go and defend it, it's in a certain view viewpoint or pathway of somewhere they can get killed. Just like you just saw with Santi there, he had a straight line of sight through that window, and that was exactly because of where the placement of the bomb was. If the bomb was on the other side of that sight, you wouldn't be able to see it through that window. So, you know, clutch strategy and placement for the fire ants. 6-1. My prediction way off, but again, once I realized that it was actually kind of an older map, this probably did go in our favor. But we are one map away. Overload coming up now, and the fire ants looking to get the three-peat here. Can Brookdale stay alive?
Yeah, it looks like we told them to keep hosts, so should be able to just go right in. I mean, we're on the same East Coast. We're going to pick up relatively the same servers, so it kind of is what it is there. And we're going to be going in here hopefully pretty quick. And just waiting for that countdown. I know it's a little quiet for a moment. I guess
What's
we'll
the map?
it is gonna be, I forgot what I said.
I don't know why I feel like it's gonna be Den.
Den.
Oh goodness. Den was definitely the go-to map for most teams this year, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And just waiting on the start here while we take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we are live, headed into CDO overload here on Den. And Fire Ants up 2-0 in the series. As Coach Fowley mentioned, Fire Ants have an opportunity to close this one out right here on Den. Get a three-peat in a natty for CoD 4v4. And like we said, gotta win them while you have them before another team comes knocking for the opportunity, or before these players graduate. Try to win what you can, because you never know when you might not be back, or back just in general. Overload gonna be mixy, I'm sure. 3-4 down for the Fire Ants. Could be a score here. See how this goes. No. Could be a stop. What can Mortar do? He does stop him, and that's going to be a pickup and go for the Fire Ants. And you got Maddie on the front lines here. Find one, make that two. Ooh, almost getting three. Can they get a plant here? They do get a score. And they were trying to stop him.
They are not messing around, the Fire Ants right now. Not favoring the delays here. Want to get
definitely
this
not
done.
happy about the delays. Want to get it done. They've got some things to do on their end too. Both teams probably do. Ooh, the okey doke. Wow. Maddie just zipping around, and Fire Ants looking pretty
Yeah, if they
good
get
here.
they got a quick 2. If they get 4, it's gonna be halftime immediately. So we'll see what happens. Santi getting the kill there.
Oh.
Oh!
Close.
But no cigar.
Nope. And Fire Ants getting some kills. That's 3 down. And Mortar kill there. And getting the plant, and we're almost to halftime by score here. He does get pinched there. Bomb is back up. And Maddie gonna try to get into this one. Gets picked off in the back. Neither team picking up a point just yet. Santi gets stunned out there. Gonna find one. Gets it.
Nope.
But Fire Ants are moving.
They got the kill. They got the kill. They can just move it to B here, and it's gonna be halftime here. 2 minutes short. All right.
There is the plant, halftime, and Fire Ants up 4-0 in this. Maddie getting the best play of the game so far on that round. Finding 3 here. That was huge. He cleared the way for sure for that first point cap. And now we are going in, switching sides, and the Fire Ants 4 points away, or at least the rest of this, from taking home the national championship. Santi looking good so far with 10-5, leading the Fire Ants there. Stun's gonna come out. Santi gonna find one in the middle. Does find 2, but goes down, trades out. Brookdale gonna pick up the bomb. One, I guess, can argue which side's easier to score from. No, Fire Ants just did. I feel like this way's a little easier to score. You see Maddie slide out almost off the map, but able to grab it and go. We're gonna try to get up here and clear out.
Oh, shaky shot there.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to push hard. Not able to quite pull it off. This could be another cap. Antonio ran the wrong way. Why'd he go that way? He ran the wrong way. I felt like he could have grabbed it and gone to B, but he went towards A. Unfortunate there, but Santi gets lots of trades going there. That's not good. TK. Iron's a little sloppy right now. Gotta clean this up. It almost seems like they're going the wrong direction each time they get off. So
Definitely a much slower round for the Fire Ants. So Brookdale very close to getting this cash.
they are trying, that's for sure. The longer you hold up, though, the more in favor usually for the other team. Antonio gonna grab this and go, but spawns are coming out, so he's gonna have players in front of him for sure. Santi right there, but not close enough. Bomb's gonna go back the other way, I think. And trades coming out. 2.5 minutes left. We're in the lead. Not finding as much success with the bomb here. Gotta get it rotated to the other side. I think that's the biggest problem. Just everything's kind of piled up in this side that's really difficult. Don't know why Mortar's not challenging that. Maybe he didn't see his arm, I don't know. Or just waiting for another to get close. That other being Santi. Finds one, but didn't check the other near him. Jose Antonio here does find one, but goes down. Bomb did flip, so the Fire Ants have an opportunity to take it either way. Both teams obviously have that opportunity. Santi gonna find one. Antonio gonna jump out, try to get the bomb.
Lockers are ahead.
Yeah, they are.
There's the last little run. No, they don't.
That
but he does get the kill.
Yeah, that stun and a couple shots that Santi got was enough for Mayhems to find the kill, and he had a little bit of help.
They picked it up again. Battle over here.
Run.
Oh, he does get the pistol kill. He's low on health.
Yeah.
But it's 3 down pretty much right now. So it's going to be a 1v1 situation right at the goal line. And it doesn't
Antonio
go
got
in
it. I think he
favor of the
picked up
Fire
the
Ants.
bomb enough for it to stay on their
He
side.
missed the window.
Yeah, Antonio's having a hard time navigating right now, and nobody could get that kill. Oh my goodness, the Fire Ants were right there on the cusp, but there's only a minute left on time, so it is in their favor still with 5.
I think the win is going to be happening regardless, whether it be time or not. But it's going to be very tough for Brookdale to get five scores in 57 seconds right now, especially when Maddie's doing things like that.
With 3, yeah. A little bit of help from Santi, but still closing that out. And they are on the move. Santi going to try to get one here. Finds one with a grenade.
Santi got one with a nade.
They do find another. That's going to be a plant. And 6-0, 35 seconds. Fire Ant's going to close this out and be victorious. 30 seconds till it spawns. It spawns. Brookdale's trying to make a move. What can they do? Can they score one? They do not. And Fire Ants may win this 6-0. And look at
the three-peat is
wonderful.
on.
Yes. Look, all the delays and everything, Fire Ants still able to pull this out and get the victory. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, somebody picked up the bomb. Oh, we picked it up, jumped off with it. And that is gonna do it. Fire Ants win. GG's to Brookdale. But Fire Ants take the national championship. Yep. Third time was not the charm for them, which I hoped it would still be our charm, and we were able to beat Brookdale. Very tight, hard point, but from there, Fire Ants just kind of kept pushing and went. And
the dynasty continues here in the NJCAAE for the Sumter Fire Ants here in Call of Duty.
So good. So far, so good for the Fire Ants, and GG's goes out to them. And the players for playing hard all season and able to pull out this victory and closing it out. And I know we got some players getting ready to go to their next match, and they got some Warzone stuff coming up. Mayhems and Matty. So, yeah, just to kind of close it out and talk here. I mean, that's just GG's all the way around for the Fire Ants here, and pulling out the victory. Had some delays, unfortunate there with Brookdale, but able to still focus in and get the kill and the win and do everything that we needed them to do. So, I mean, super exciting coming back to back to back. And, I don't really know what else to say about the team. They just performed really well tonight. A little shaky at first, but once they got warmed up, they were going. It's like they were more focused because they really needed to get moving, that they just were ready to go. But yeah, overall looks good. Looks good for the program. Definitely great for these players. They put in a lot of hard work. So I like to see it, and especially maybe having a disappointing CCL finish. They got to at least close out this one feeling strong, and the only thing we got left is their Warzone, and our D2 team has their championship for the Invitational. So Thursday is D2 in the Invitational Championship, and then Friday we got the Warzone Finals. That hopefully we'll have a combination of Antonio, Santi, and Maddie playing in that one, and that's going to be up against State Fair. So got a lot to do to win that one. State Fair comes ready on Warzone for sure, so we got to be ready for that. But Coach Pal, you got anything before we close it out?
No, proud of the three-peat for sure, and congrats to the boys. As you said, disappointing in the CCL, so it's good that they can come out here with another championship and more hardware to come for I don't know, their fingers maybe, and the trophy case for Sumter. So excellent job for the boys. GG's to Brookdale. Seeing you yet again, and I'm sure we'll see you next semester and in the future. So look out for the next Fire Ants performance, as you mentioned here, what we got going on with the Invitational and Warzone. So.
Yep, for sure. So we'll have that back on stream on Thursday, I think, at 7, and then Friday, I believe, at 6 or 7 for Warzone. So we'll be back on stream then. But other than that, everybody gets to kind of take a break, stay warmed up, finish up exams, and kind of go from there. So we appreciate everybody that tuned in. This is going to be Coach Pally and Coach Chris signing out from the Anthill. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for the support. See ya.
USC, Sumter Fire Ants, Latino Squad in the lobby, Argentina, Perú, Ecuador, Champions otra vez. Let's heat it up. Somos los Fire Ants, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Party party Warzone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Fire Ants fans, Fire Ants fans. We bring the heat, we never slide. Soy argentino cuando apunta no falla. En el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia. Te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Morde el argentino, entra fuerte sin miedo. Domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador, cae con fuego en la zona. Cuando suelta el loadout, todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke, we don't fall. Fire Ants, how we stand tall. Latino representando, los campeones regresando. Hey. Somos los Fire Ants, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Representative for the Warzone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morden argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador.